Hey guys, Colin here. Today is the 7th day of the series From Oval to End, and today I'm going to bring you twice as much content in half the amount of time because I realized that yesterday's video was a little dragged out and he really wants to listen to me babble on for 17 minutes. If you guys like this format a little better, just leave a comment or PM me in game. My RSN is Diapol as always, and I'm very interested to hear any of your thoughts regarding to the vids or anything you want to see. Hopefully I'm going to be making the 1 to 50 Dungeoneering guide shortly, probably right after recording this commentary. But first, let's just talk about this floor. So I'm not keying this floor. Supers is keying this floor, and that's soup like the what you have for dinner, not super like super potions. He's keying this floor, and we have some issues. I don't mind the way he did it. The time's great, and the XP was great. This is the highest XP floor I've ever done. However, there are some things that he could work on. The first one is going to come up really shortly. As you can see, I'm just maging a warrior, which is great. I still have the CSB bound, and I still have a hood bound. I tell him I gate this door, and he can see me. I said, I just gated it. He says, MGT. So then I come back and I say, okay, the GGS is going to be moved. And then I wait, and he says, Dipole, move the GGS. So I'm sitting here thinking, why would you tell me to move the GGS when I'm standing right beside you, and I had that door gated? To avoid this problem, all he had to do was check the map and realize, hey, there's someone doing a GD and he needs help, and ask that person to move the GGS. And even when we came to the GD, there was someone who gatestoned into the GD, so he too could have moved the GGS. But if you're going to say specifically for someone to move the GGS, make sure you have it right. It's not hard. It doesn't take long to just check your map and say, hey, Dipole's there, he can move the GGS, say Dipole MGT. Or just say MGT, and somebody will move the GGS. And if nobody is, I go for the spam method. I know some people don't like that, but that's all I do. I just spam MGT, 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 and eventually someone will move it. This next clip is from the same dungeon. They're all going to be in the same until you see the XP gain. And they found a statue door, but she's too afraid. I don't know if it's actually she or not, but is too afraid to do it. So I said I'll help out right after the GD, and it's not that hard to tank. I don't know why she needed help in this one, but then when they teleport in, they start killing stuff. If there's a free statue, you want to be moving it. It's a really easy puzzle to do. The north is the template, and the south is what you have to move. This puzzle could have been twice as quickly if everyone just grabbed a statue and did their part. Unfortunately, they didn't, and it cost us time. I don't blame them. I guess like they're kind of worried about dying. And this again, these aren't my friends. These are every person on this floor is a random person I haven't dunged with. So I don't really give them fault. It's just unfortunate that I had to be like that. So right now we're in a ghost room, and I realize that my key pops up. So I teleport out, standard move, open my door, and I'm going to go run my path. This is exactly what everyone should do. And I want to talk about this little puzzle here. You'll take damage if you don't do it in the right order, and all you're trying to do is make a circle around the outside and a little circle on the inside. It's not an overly difficult puzzle to do, but if you don't know how to do it, I guess it could be an issue. You can't just randomly move the pieces. You have to do it in. There's only one way to do the puzzle. It's an easy puzzle, so the chances of failing aren't that bad. But yeah, I just run the path, and then I come out here and I re-gate my door, which is important. I drop my gate stone, and I have the orange pent gated now, and I re-gate it. So then we're going to come into the next clip, and I look at my map just before I leave to make sure that I'm in the right spot. So this is the boss. It's a Dreadnought boss. As you can see, I'm maging it and soul split flicking. You can really easily kill this boss if you have some mages. All you have to do is one person's theoretically tanking, and praying range should be good for me here, because I didn't realize that the Dreadnought does range damage. But yeah, just pray range and just run corner to corner so that it's only focused on me. It's not a multi-combat. The little red circles cause damage to you, but not enough to really be any thing to consider. So I thank them for the floor. It wasn't that bad. 23 minutes, as you can see on the little counter. The floor is a little less than that. I said about 22 minutes. I like to have the timer, and I check the timer quite often, so I like to know where we're going. So it's a 22-minute floor for 117k XP. Now, if you take off about 6k XP, and you take off 2 minutes, respectively, it's 330k XP per hour. And some people are like, hey, that's great. You can do 330k XP an hour for one floor, one time. So the very next floor, I decided that I'd prove that wrong. So again, I'm just showing from oval, very start. Always want to oval before you go in. And unfortunately, there's a little bit of delay between the time I oval and the time you go in. Oh, and since this is floor 50, the last one would have been 49. I got them mixed up. Not a big deal. So this is, again, I'm just going to show the start. Always just loot the table as quick as you can. Now here I made a mistake. I wish I had worn the Catagon plate skirt or plate legs and just sold the two-hand, but I messed up and immediately I knew, dang, I could have just worn those. And from the last boss as well, that's the boss that drops the primal plate legs. So I almost wish I was able to pick those up and just keep them in my inventory. But I decided, hey, I'm probably going to dunge more before I get 99 defense. That night, I was about 400k off, and I did about 300k defense XP through Slayer before I went to sleep last night. So hopefully this weekend, I'll be getting 99 defense. If you guys want to do a quick little video of that, I can. The GD is just finishing up, and I can see that the GGS is at the door where I want to be at, so instead of running, I just quickly teleport over and open the guardian door. I see it's just a two-way key door, so I just placed a key. I temporarily gated the door off of home at the very start, and then as soon as I found a useful gate, I was able to break it. Now this is a different keyer. I'm not quite sure who's keying it. I think it's Myes, M-Y-E-S, but before I could even ask them, the keyer, to move the GGS was already gone. It was already in a GD, and we're already working away. This is a little bit of a tricky door if you haven't run into it. I still don't know how to find the path efficiently, but when you find the path to the middle, make sure you know how to get there. So as you can see, the person in the middle said southeast south equals the path. So then I just repeat it as SES, just as abbreviated, and then when the doors click, instead of running out, just teleport out, and away you go. It's not a very hard door, but if you run into this door early and you're still overloaded, you want to leave it until you guys are not overloaded anymore, because it can save some time. Of course, if it's a one-way, then you have to. So here I look at my map and I see a three-way, and I see that one person's at the three-way. So I asked that person specifically to move it to the three-way, which they do. Great job by the teammate. That's exactly what you need to be doing. If MGT is general and you're at a good place, feel free to just move it. And if it's not, someone will directly tell you to move it. This is probably the best best path door I've done. Well, puzzle door. If you have two people, it's really useful to have one person moving the blocks and then one person preparing the potions, because the potions can really slow you down. I leave a gate right up front of one of them on the inside of it, and this is what I think was crucial. I never did this before, and this was actually by accident, so I think it was kind of cool. When you make the potions, you just spam click on the shelf and then go 1 and then 2, 3, 4, and you spam them through. Then I teleport to the inside and then run to the inside corners of the square. And it's the easiest way to avoid the statues, and it makes the door go a little bit quicker. It's not significant, but again, the point of this is to improve myself from a 100 level Dungeoneer who can key a 16-minute floor to an 120 who can key somewhere under 10. Unfortunately, we get the Blink boss. Absolutely hate this boss. It hits crazy hard on you. As you can see, I'm praying mage, and luckily someone got the pillar. When Blink speaks, if you can run into one of the nooks, I'm going to call them, where the door or the ladder is, you won't take damage from it, which is great. So here I'm not praying mage and I get sniped, of course, so there's one death. On Blink, you're going to have to expect a death, and I was okay with that because I was running low on prayer, so I wasn't going to be able to use turmoil, which I turned on late. I probably could have got a bit more damage if I had that on from the start, but oh well. I'm soul split flicking, as you can see. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm not great. I'm used to using it with the primal battle axe, so when you switch between Prey Mage and Soul Split's a little bit different. But I'm getting used to it. It just takes a little bit longer. So as you can see here, I end up getting the Soul Split, and then I end up getting the Soul Split, and 3 for 3. So then just switch between Prey Mage and Soul Split, easy boss to kill. So I was surprised at the end of this floor. I actually get 102 Dungeoneering. 21-minute floor. This keyer was I like this one a little bit better. As always, thanks for watching. Bye.